today against Panama City Mosley offense.
Yeah,
We're going to have a lot of football today. We got 7 lined up at quarterback for Mosley. Sends the player in motion. Looks like we got a dive off to the right side. A fumble on the ball. Fumble on the play. It looks like
Escambia is going to come up with it.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
All right, it looks like Mosley's going to retain possession. Looks like they're starting the ball off 1st and 10. Now, Mosley's going to have the ball for the first 12 minutes of this, I guess, half. And then Escambia's offense is going to go on back on the offense. So defense is going to be starting off for the first 12 minutes of this period. Seven hands it off to 21 to the left side. He's got a crease. And looks like he's going to pick up about 10 on the play. And looks like we got another fumble on the play. But it looks like the refs are going to be calling it down. So it looks like they're going to get the first down on that play. Pickup of 11. We don't have a roster today for Mosley. So we're just going to be calling out the numbers. And we'll do our best with Escambia's defense with no numbers on their players. 7 back in shotgun. Looks like he's going to have a keeper out to the right. He finds a crease up the middle. And it looks like we're going to have another pickup of about 12 on that one.
You know, it looks like Escambia doesn't have their starters out there.
They don't. This is the JV team.
This is the JV defense.
All the underclassmen are playing today.
Okay. All the underclassmen are playing today. So they should be able to get a lot of work in today with 8 quarters of football. 21 gets the ball at the middle and looks like he's going to be stopped for about 4-yard gain on that one.
Hello.
2nd and 7. Looks like we got 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period.
And Mosley's lined up in the shotgun.
Up. Looks like we got a
hard count. And Escambia looks like they may have jumped a little early on the defense side.
It looks like our big defense tackle got a little antsy. It's going to move him up. I guess they're just going to play from right there. 2nd and 7. 7 back in shotgun. He's rolling out to the right. Looks like he's going to keep it. Got a stiff arm. Lowers his shoulder and picks up another 5 on the play.
Close to a first down. Let's see where the refs spot the ball.
Number 7 showing he's got a little power, huh? Lowered his shoulder and picked up extra 2 yards after the play. I like that. All right, looks like we're going to set up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. 8 minutes left in the first period.
There you go. 7's going to line up under center this time on a 3rd and inches.
Looks like we're having a handoff right at the middle of 21, and it looks like he's going to be just short of the goal line. That's going to set up 1st and goal. Looks like about the 1, you say, Luke?
I'd say about the 1 yard line going in.
And they are lining up quick. 7 back in shotgun. He's got 20, looks like number 20 to the left of him. Looks like we got a draw up the middle, and he's going to take it in himself for a touchdown. So with Mosley's first possession, they take it down and score a touchdown. What do you think about 7, Luke?
7 looks pretty good today. He's lined up in shotgun and under center. Looks really fast out there against Escambia's defense.
He looks like a big quarterback. He's got speed.
Looks like Coach Spears is going to rotate out the defense and put a whole new set of defenders in.
Now, it looks like we got our starters out there right now. See Walden and Kid Ramos.
Robertson,
Yeah.
Wallace.
So we got our looks like our first team out there right now going up against Mosley's second group of offense. Got 6 under center this time. Oh, we got a fumble on the play. He drops back. He throws it. He finds 88 wide open up the middle. And Wallace is trying to track him down, but that's going to be a quick score for Mosley. 88. That was a 40-yard pass. First play, found the opening and took it home.
Looked like there may have been a little movement on offense, but
That's the difference between playing 4 quarters last night, sleeping on the floor, coming out and playing 4 quarters today. That is not right.
You got to think that with Escambia playing last night a full game, coming right back out there, you think that's having a little effect on them?
absolutely. Absolutely. They came over here late last night, got a little bit of rest. So they're playing on short rest in a big game last night.
And they slept on the floor at the Civic Center last night in Panama City. So we talked to a couple kids, and they said that was, they got through it. We got 21 to the outside to the right, and he lowers his shoulder and picks up 11 on the play. Looks like tackle made by 16. Chris Epps. It's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Moses coming up to the line.
Going to line up in the single back set.
We got twins up top, twins down low.
4's coming out under center.
He drops back. He looks at 88 again on the same play. And he's scoring on the same play as they did last time. 88 just found the crease.
It's a little slant route, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's getting in between coverage.
He's finding the gap between the cornerback and the safety. And taking it in. That's 2 plays, 2 scores.
Looks like your leader on defense there. Jamal Bynum's talking to his guys, trying to get them fired up.
DeMarcus McKenzie just checked back into the game. All right, so Moses got 3 scores on their first period. We got 4:30 left in the first period. Looks like we got a handoff up to 21. He takes it out to the left side.
Looks like number 25 for Escambia. Kid Ramos stayed home out there in the flats and made a great open field tackle on number 21 for Mosley.
So that's going to be a pickup of about 3 on that one. Check that. About 4 on that. So it's going to set up 2nd down and about 6. With 4 minutes left in the first period. Looks like we've got a new quarterback, 14 for Mosley in the game. Looks like we got a little trap coming, 21 up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 4 on the play.
Looks like
59.
Jamal Bynum in on the tackle along with his partner back there at linebacker, DeMarcus McKenzie.
58's a good number. Quarterback number 14 for Mosley brings him to the line. 3rd and short. Looks like 3rd and about length of a football. Looks like we're going to have a dive up to the middle, and he is stopped in the backfield.
He's going to lose a little bit of yardage there.
That
was Jamal Bynum again in on the tackle.
And it looked like we also had Nair Davis in on the stop also. It looks like loss of about 1 on the play. It's going to set up 4th and 1. 14 in shotgun formation. And we got a flag on the play.
Deep in the secondary.
It's hard having 2 games going on at the same time and not your eyes not wander over to the other side when you hear the team on the opposite end of the field make a big play, you want to look over there and see what's happening.
That's right.
All right, looks like we're going to start off 1st and 10. It looked like the penalty was on Escambia. 14 in shotgun, send 20 in motion. Looks like we got a sweep out to the right side. He turns it up. And it looks like 59 and 20 are on the play.
Let's see what the call is here.
We're going to have 2nd and 5 with 1:30 left in the first period. 14's under the center this time.
The running clock, these games are going to go by pretty fast.
Looks like we got a drop back pass, a little hitch route to the outside.
Aaron Wallace stayed home there, stepped up, forced the receiver out of bounds.
But he was able to pick up 10 on the play, be first down and 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard line.
That was the tight end, number 48 for Mosley on the catch.
We got a keeper to the right side. 20 stays at home and brings him down for a 5-yard loss. Nair Davis stayed at home, wasn't fooled by the play action.
And number 59, Jamal Bynum, came up and helped him bring him down.
Good play. Way to stay at home.
The clock's running down, under 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
We got 2nd and 15, 14 back in the shotgun. We got trips down the bottom of the field. Oh, we got a fumble on the play. And it looks like he's going to get stopped by 50. And I believe number 20, Nair Davis again, for a big sack. And
Number 50 was...
All right, that's going to be the end of the first period.
They're going to swap sides. Escambia is going to go on offense.
This is a fire that didn't destroy a home. This is a break-in that didn't devastate a family. This is the reason why. ADT. Now get ADT installed for just $99.
3 scores on their first period of being on offense.
Oh, Escambia is going to take this quarter off and...
Escambia's going to go on offense this time.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
And Mosley's going to be on defense. So we got our offense in the white jerseys, defense in the blue jerseys.
They're going to give them a minute break between the games here.
Let them get set up.
That's right. You know, you can see the fatigue from playing the game last night, sleeping on the floor at the Civic Center. Coach is going to look to see how these guys come back or come to play today, I guess, after the game and sleeping on the floor, getting up early, getting in a little late last night.
And we got different numbers for Escambia's offense, so we'll do our best to get you the players' names. I believe that's Gerald Bright starting off a quarterback for us today.
And wearing number 44 today looks like Austin Travis.
Yeah, Austin Travis in the backfield. He's a big bruising running back we got. He complements the Nike Hallowell very well. It's hard to tackle 2 big guys all game long, you know?
That's right. And Denike's a big guy with some great speed, great footwork. We've seen that. Last night he ran a 90-yard run against Navarre. We had a couple of 90-yard runs last night against Navarre. Gerald Bright had one. Running game's really improved this spring.
Wish we could have brought it to you.
For motion, he hands it off at the middle. Travis. Check that, that's Austin. Picking up about 3 on the play. That's going to set up 2nd and 7. All right, Bright's got him back up to the line. Motion to the right. He keeps it himself, and it looks like all balls on the ground, and it looks like Panama City Mosley is going to be picking it up.
So we'll start with a fresh set of downs for Escambia as they're going to run offense a whole quarter here.
So it looks like we're going to be setting up 1st and 10 from the 40 again. Second possession for Escambia. 11 minutes to go in the second period. Bryce got him back up to the line. Looks like we got a running play to the left side, and Mosley snuffed that out. Looks like we're going to have a loss of about 4 on the play. He's going to set up 2nd down and 14. Looks like we got our young guys in on the line.
All right. Number 9 lines up under center.
So we got 2nd down and 10. Sweep out to the left side. And that's Miguel Hawkins with a pickup of about, let's say, 2 on the play. It's going to set up 3rd and 8. 3rd and a long 8.
You know, and I wonder if Coach Spears is resting his varsity guys for the Leon
Now he
game.
rolls
Look at
out.
9.
He throws it deep
Throws
to
it
8.
deep.
He's got him open. And we got a long touchdown. That's number 8.
A good pass by Gerald Bright.
And I tell you what, 8 just got over the top of him and made a play on the ball. Like I said, we don't have a roster for these numbers today.
The guys are out there in the practice uniforms.
But that was a good play by 8,
You know, you
getting
look down
behind
there
the
and
receiver.
you see some of the kids, they've got their names on the back of their jerseys. To get your name on the jersey with Coach Spears, you had to be all in at all the practice.
Looks like we got 2 men in motion. That's going to be a flag on the play.
And then you had to show up to all the practices,
All the
workouts.
workouts, not a day missed.
So he got his rewards or to put the name on the jersey. And that's big for a lot of these kids.
Well, it gives them a sense of pride knowing that they put in the work and earned that.
Absolutely.
All right, 2nd down and 10. Oh, I'm sorry, 2nd down and 20. No, I'm sorry, 2nd down and 10. They didn't move the ball back on the 2 men in motion.
2nd down and 30 this time.
Right, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Bright lines up under center.
He's made one miss. He had a host of Mosley players in the backfield. All right, it looks like we're bringing in the big boys now, the varsity, or the first team, against first team of Mosley. Tell you what, Mosley's got a big old nose tackle down there, 78. Looks like Wolfort down there.
Trayvon Bynum's going to have his work cut out for him. He gets low on him. That was a good block by Bynum as we took the ball on the pitch.
And it looks like it's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play.
It's Denike Holloway on the carry, and he doesn't lose yards much. He can usually lean forward for 2. That's right.
This is Bright back, Gerald Bright in the shotgun formation. Sends Hollowell in motion. Looks like we're going to have a fake up the middle. And 65 from Mosley snuffs it out, but Bright is still fighting.
He's hard to bring down.
It looks like we're going to have probably a loss of 1. Coach Spears is out on the field talking to his quarterback right now. Ooh. Like I said, with these two teams going at the same time, it's hard to keep your eyes on. You want to see the big plays anywhere they're on the field.
Here we go. Bright lines up under center. Motion on the play.
Looks like we got a fumble on the play. It looks like number 12 or 42 for Mosley is going to pick it up. It looks like we had a muff handoff on that one.
I'm really surprised in this. The Gators looked good last night. No fumbled exchanges. We've seen a couple of mishandled exchanges here today.
All right, we got Jake Durant in at quarterback. Durant's got him lined up. 1st and 10. Looks like we've got to dive up to Hollowell up the middle. 78 on the tackle.
Coming down to 5 minutes left in the second quarter of the 12 quarters of football.
Durant brings him back up to the line.
Escambia has one score on this offensive
6 in motion.
set.
He gets the ball. And he's hit right away, but still able to pick up about
2.5 yards.
on the play. It's going to set up 3rd and 5. So Moses got 3 scores. Escambia's got 1. Durant drops back. He's looking
Goes
for
ball deep.
overshot 7 on the fly route. Good coverage by Mosley on that one.
That's where you got to find that 5th gear, man.
You know, they do look a little tired, a little sluggish, but this is the time where you want to find the extra gear
Yeah.
and get in the game.
Durant under center since 14 in motion. Looks like we got to
Handoff up
dive
the
up to
middle.
Hollowell up the middle, and he's going to take it all the way untouched.
Hollowell on 4th down takes it in.
That's going to be a 35-yard run untouched. Good run by Hollowell. So that's going to the second long score of the period for Escambia. Now their offense with the first team in there, they're looking good. You know.
Seem to be clicking a little more. Let's see if that touchdown can't get these guys inspired a little more. Come out, finish this quarter strong. Coming down about 3 minutes left in the quarter.
Durant keeps
Fake
it. He's
handoff,
able to get it out to
pitches it out.
14. He turns it up. He's able to break one tackle, and he looks like he's dragged down from behind by number 8.
There's a flag on the play here.
Horse collar. Horse collar. Horse collar.
Waiting on the call from the Zebras.
Can't grab him by the back of shoulder pads, can you?
No
He's gonna
flag on
wave
the
off
play.
the flag. It looked like he wanted to call a block in the back, but I think the cornerback that the receiver was blocking just spun trying to get away. It just wrapped up there.
He had his head in front. He stayed on his block. So that's going to set up 1st and 10 from the 27.
Durant's lined up in the shotgun. Denike Hollowell right behind him.
They roll out. They're running the option to the right. He fakes it up.
Takes the pitch, turns it up the field,
And
makes a couple miss, gets down to the the 8-yard line. Good run by Jake Durant.
And that's what he brings to the table. He can throw the ball and run the ball. So that was a nice pickup, calling his own number and picking up a nice run for the Gators, setting up a 1st and 10. And it looks like we got a minute 45 left in the second period.
They're going to get inspired here. They're finding their feet now after playing the game
We got
last
to sweep
night,
out
as
the
we
6. He
mentioned.
gets
Here we go.
tries to stiff arm, but 2 was able to bring him down.
Boy, 2 had incredible closing speed.
going to set up second and goal from the 15.
Coach Spears sends Gerald Bright back in to take the helm at quarterback.
Nike Hallowell in the backfield. Sends 14 in motion. Looks like we got a sweep to the outside. He cuts it up. And it looks like he's going to go in untouched. And it looks like we got a flag on the play.
Flag on the 10-yard line. Good pitch and catch there by the Gators, turning it up the field. 14 really turned it up the field, turned the Jets on.
That was old Jabrier Fry. Showing a little speed.
He cut up the middle, was able to get in without being touched by a Mosley defender.
That was a nice cut up to the inside.
The offensive line looks good against this Mosley defensive line. They've got 3 guys there.
And it looks like we're going to have maybe one more play. 5.
See if they can get the ball snapped before the quarter runs out. Ball's in Jake Durant's hands.
He rolls out. He throws it deep. He's looking for 8 down the sideline.
Good.
And 6 was over
Good
the top,
pass.
sitting at home.
Well, the Gators came out today looking a little tired. Later in the game here when they put the first team in, they got a few things rolling.
And they was able to get 3 scores out of that period. So that
Ended 21-21.
So
21-21. So that's going to be the end of our first session of football today.
We'll be back after these messages.
And we'll be back after these messages.
New from Wingstop, boneless wings. Delicious, tender breast meat, sauced and tossed in any of our wing flavors or with your choice of dipping sauce.
Everybody back. Tommy Oliver Stadium, Panama City, coming to you live on the the EGFN network. It's been a long night for us as well, as we made the long trip over to Panama City after a brief stop in Crestview last night. And what a game. Escambia comes out of the Spring Jamboree with 2 wins and no losses. And coming out of the first segment with a 21-21 tie against Panama City Mosley, as the Gators line up on defense to take on the Bay High Tornadoes.
Well, it's like we talked to McKenzie in between games, and he said that they're not feeling real bad after last night's game with Navarre and Crestview. They're a little sore, but it looks like they worked it out after that first period.
Well, you got to wonder if it goes back to the conditioning, and with Escambia starting their conditioning right after the season ended last year, if that's paying dividends today.
Well, we're going to find out in the later games.
As again, we're at the Bay County Officials Clinic is the official title for this afternoon, actually this morning's games, as it's a little after 10 a.m. here. At Tommy Oliver, as the Gators are lined up on defense and be going up against the Bay Tornadoes on offense for the first 12 minutes of the segment. And we got the signal from the officials, and we're about to get under play.
Looks like we got 7 set back for Bay in the shotgun. He hands it up the middle to 30. He's getting a little room, and it looks like he's going to be brought down probably about a 6-yard gain on that one.
You know, one of the things I'm still noticing today, as we did last night, was the game tackling mentality of the defense. Even after going through and playing the equivalent now of 5 quarters of football, they're still getting after it.
Yeah, that's goes back to their conditioning.
as number 50 wraps him up in the backfield. So that's a negative return or negative gain for Bay High, as number 50, is it Trayvon Byram? Is number 50 on your roster?
Yes, sir.
Makes another big tackle. We called his name a lot last night as well, I noticed.
It's going to set up 3rd and 10 on the play. 7 keeps it, and it looks like he's trying to dump it off to 30 underneath.
And it looks like number 16 had a great jump on the ball there as you looked, as he hit. His closing speed still is pretty good for number 16. And he was able to get over there and make a play on that pass.
Yeah, that was Chris Epps. He runs around good on the field. He's always around the ball.
And I guess they're going to bring up 4th down now for the Tornadoes.
Looks like 7 in shotgun. He swings it out to 85. He cuts it up, and it looks like he's going to go down for looks like about a 2-yard loss.
And again, guys, if you're not here to see this, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue jerseys in on that tackle. And the closing speed of that first hit, after playing this many games, it's incredible to see the conditioning of your Gators.
We talked to McKenzie in between games, and he said that they're up for it. They're ready to play. They want to play. Looks like we got a handoff to 30 up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8 on the play.
And I think one of the things that you're noticing, Ian, a lot is the Gators have the pride factor back. There's a certain swagger when you put on this uniform this year.
And they're going to be some nice uniforms they're putting on, too.
Absolutely.
All right, looks like we got 2nd and 4. Shotgun. Run out to the right side, and that
was a great open field tackle by number 15. He stayed at home and kept the running back within the didn't give him the opportunity to break it out to the outside. If he did, he had running room.
Yeah, Logan Walden did a great job of containing on that. Anytime the running back's trying to get outside, you want to push him back inside where you have help. Looks like we're going to be about 3rd and 7. Looks like we got to dive up the middle of 30 again.
And again, that was number 58 on the initial hit for the Gators. Unfortunately, we have the number, but not the right individual for the number.
We have 2 58s on the field right now. So I know 158 in the orange is McKenzie.
And that would have been 58 White.
Oh, it looks like we got a fumble on the play. It looked like the snap hit the running back.
And it looks like Gators recovered the fumble. However, it doesn't really matter this afternoon.
Yeah, they're just going to set it back up on the 40, 1st and 10.
But again, we're talking 3 to 4 Gators on that play.
Every time. The pursuit, Escambia defense is really, really good.
Yeah, he's going to jump. Number 50 for the Gators jumps. Looks like he got caught on that hard count. So, with what you're seeing, what do you think the outcome for this season? I mean, we went last night against 2 7A teams and wound up winning both games. If you're the Gator team, what does that do for your confidence coming into your season?
It just lets you know you can compete with the big schools, the big players. Good pursuit again on that play also with the defense.
Yeah, it was number 30 with the run for Bay.
Like I said, the spring sets the tone for the summer and the summer workouts.
And on that tackle, number 58 again was this time was the other number 58, orange 58.
Yeah, it's McKenzie on the play.
In with the initial hit, and the officials are going and giving a little correction on, I hope not technique, but what he would call as a penalty maybe.
Setting up 2nd and 8. This is spring for the referees too. They're getting ready for next season.
Well, we could tell last night. We could tell last night that it was spring for the referees. And, you have to ask yourself if that's not the hardest job in football is wearing those striped shirts and trying to call a game, especially at the varsity level. It's an extremely quick football game.
Yes, it is, and you don't get credit for the good plays you call. You only get criticism for the bad ones, so it's got to be a tough gig for the referees.
It was a nice run off the tackles for number 5 for Bay.
Looks like they're going to pick up the first down and move the chains on that. Looks like we're about 6 minutes left in the first segment of this, segment.
Yeah, first of the second segment. First segment of the second segment of this afternoon. Score still remains 0-0.
Looks like we're going to have a sweep out to the right side.
Again, caught up in the backfield by the Escambia defense. It is just a swarming defense.
Defensive end on that one kept good containing.
And we have no number, but it was a great job.
That was our left defensive end out there. Great play of keeping contained and bringing them down. And like you said earlier, Paul, he had his buddies trailing the play, ready to clean up afterwards.
It is a very much so kill type offense. They smell the blood in the water and they go after it.
Looks like we got a little counter play to 21 to the left side.
And Ian, it fooled really nobody.
Nah,
everybody stayed in their lanes and did a great job of containment.
Playing good, disciplined defense. And multiple players on the tackle.
Again, yeah, absolutely. And something I've not seen in Escambia for many years is this the pursuit defense that they're demonstrating right now, where it's a gang mentality.
Well, good things happen if you're around the ball.
And we are definitely around the ball this year.
We've already got one fumble recovery just by being around the ball. It looks like we got a pass play up the left side, and it looks like Ford's going to take it in for a touchdown.
If you can say anything about our defense, and if you talk about any side where we may have a weakness, it's definitely at our cornerback position right now. They are a little bit behind the curve with everybody else.
It looks like the wide receivers are able to find the gaps in the secondary and settle down and just find the open spot, and the quarterback's hitting them. We gave up 2 plays against
Mosley,
the first segment that we played.
And both of them went for touchdowns.
Same exact play, back to back.
And in 6A football, and some of the teams you go up against, the Paces and Miltons and Pine Forests, you're not going to be able to give them big holes in the secondary.
Mm-mm. Looks like they're going to do it again.
Same play, same result.
Ford takes it down to about the 5-yard line. He's just finding the wide receivers are finding the creases in the coverage, and they're exploiting it.
And that would have been a touchdown as well if he wouldn't have tripped over his own feet, the wide receiver there. He got in that soft sand down there, and it looks like he lost his footing. But
well, this is where we're going to see the big guys up front get down and dirty when it's goal line.
Yeah, this is where the stand has to be made. You don't want to go down by 2 touchdowns in a situation like these,
especially when the clock's running.
Right.
Looks like 5's getting it to the outside. He leans over and it looks like he's going to reach the ball over for a touchdown.
But it was a nice hit put on him by number 25 as he squared his shoulders up and really let him know he was in the game at least. But that's going to put Bay up by 2 now, so it's going to be 14-0 on this run. However, the Gators have not had the ball on offense yet.
Time's running down right now. We're about 2:45 in the first period of this segment.
What do you think about segment football?
I think it's a good way to get a lot of football in a short amount of time.
As Bay High lines up again, they're going to start on about the 40-yard line.
Well, we got pressure from 52 in the backfield, and 2 comes up and it hits off his chest and drops it. Good pressure by 52 coming around the outside. Hit him right when he threw it.
You know, I can see Coach Shepard right now and what's going to take place at practice on Monday.
Yeah, they're definitely going to work on their coverage.
It is corner containment. They're not faster than our corners. It's just our corners are being their position is wrong. They don't have the right angle.
Well, there's 58 got underneath it that time. That was a good play, breaking underneath the ball.
If 7 would have went to their big wide receiver, he had our guy beat. Our guy was looking backwards. The only thing he could have done was thrown his hands up.
I think 7 got comfortable with that that left side of the passing lane right there and went to it again, and our guys were sitting on it that time. Good play by 58. 7 in shotgun again, hands it off up the middle. 3 running hard. And it's pushed back, and he looks like he's going to pick up 6 on the play. Looks like our defense is getting a little
hype.
Yeah, getting fired up a little bit. You know, the defense, you take a lot of pride in your defense and not the other team not scoring. And when they score 2 times in one period,
yeah, it's a kick to your ego.
Yeah. Looks like we got some of the young kids in right now.
And we knew this was going to happen. Coach Spears had told us he's going to play his younger kids, the underclassmen, more in today's game. And he was going to play the upperclassmen or his varsity squad in last night's game. And you can tell an incredible difference between the 2 levels.
Well, you can tell the older guys have a little bit more chemistry together because they've worked a little bit more together.
Right.
I tell you, today and last night, it looks like Coach worked hard on the ball security. We're not having as many issues with the pitch or with the handoff as we did in the blue and orange game.
Right.
7's getting pressured by 44. He throws it out to 3.
In and out of the hands of number 3. I thought we were going to have a pick as it just didn't get quite the vertical leap he needed, but he had the proper angle on the ball.
And he got enough of the ball to knock it down to where 3 wasn't able to come down with the pass.
And with the horn, that's going to wrap up the first segment of the second game as Escambia trails the Tornadoes of Bay High 14-0. However, our offensive squad is now coming on the field, and it looks to me like we might have looks like our starting varsity line coming out, or at least a few of them.
Yeah, it looks like we got a mixture in there right now. I think this offense is going to be a majority of our younger guys trying to get experience right now.
I'm glad to see that we have our regular starting center in the game because getting the ball back and working on his snaps is something that we've noticed in practice that needs to happen. He's a great center as far as his low center of gravity and not being able to get beat off the ball. It's just getting that snap back there in a hurry.
Yeah, you don't want to lob the ball back there because the longer the ball takes, that's just the more time the defense has got time to get back to the quarterback.
Well, it's the sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you play center, you got that sense of urgency to get the ball back in a hurry, and it's not there. It's almost like he's afraid he's not going to make it.
Yeah, he doesn't want
he doesn't want to mess up his end of the exchange.
But, you know, he's got a lot going on. He's the quarterback of the line. He's making calls. He's making sure everybody's set up. So he's got a lot on his plate, and he seems to be doing a great job with it. Just the snap needs to be a little bit crisper back, but he's working on it, and we've been doing better every snap.
And we fumbled a snap.
And as soon as we say that, we have a fumbled exchange between the quarterback and the center.
You know, let me ask you one of these things. You know, you don't really see a lot of short centers in the game, and especially the centers with short arms, and I wonder how that affects him getting the ball back there because he is a short, stubby center.
Yeah, I think it just got to come with being comfortable snapping the ball back there, and that just comes with time and reps.
Well, there's the handoff to Denike, and he's going to get just about 4 or 5 yards on that run. Again, Denike leaning forward after the initial hit and, adding that extra yard or two to his average.
He's had a full weekend, too. He had a 90-yard run against Navarre last night and about 9.
G&M Land Pros, serving Pensacola, Pace, Milton, and surrounding areas. So if you're in need of lawn care, want a quality job at a great rate, call the fine folks at G&M Land Pros, 850-866-7853. Mention the Chomp and save 10% on your next job, only at G&M Land Pros.
Against Crestview, so he's been working hard this weekend.
It was a nice run by number 19, going to be enough for the first down for the Gators. I have no clue who 19 is on the roster. Was it Kenny Wilson?
Yeah, it looks like Kenny Wilson, but we're not
sure on these names, guys. Just kind of bear with us.
Got Durant under center. You got to pitch out the 30 out to the outside. He lowers the shoulder and it looks like he's going to pick up about 5 on that one.
the offense is not moving nearly at the same pace as it was last night. And again, but it's taken the referees a long time to get the ball positioned and put in play.
Yeah, they're not moving quite as quickly as they would want to, but it's still a brisk pace.
Yeah, it's not bad. We're probably every 30 seconds right now.
Yeah, they want to get it down to half of that.
Gators come to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a handoff to number 19 off to he's still on his feet.
And he's still pushing the pile.
5-yard line.
He was hit right around the 14-yard line and kept his feet moving and got an extra 6-7 yards just by the push.
And again, number 19 is Kenny Wilson. We're assuming that it's Kenny Wilson. With the last two plays going to Mr. Wilson, the Gators are now on the move again, threatening here on the Bay 5-yard line.
First and goal with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second segment.
And that's going to be Wilson in for a Gator touchdown.
Tell you what, all these running backs run hard.
And we have a stable of backs. That is one thing this year. We've got 4 or 5 backs that can just scoot.
Yes, absolutely.
And with that touchdown by Mr. Wilson, the Gators closed the gap to within 7 as our score is now 14-7 in the Gators as we have a quarterback change as Coach Spears goes out and meets Mr. Durant at about the hash mark, giving him a high five and job well done.
I want to say that might be Bright wearing 18. The running back / quarterback / receiver / athlete. Sends 49 in motion. Gives a handoff to Denike up the middle. Taking about 5 of the Bay players to bring them down. Gain of about 3 on the play.
And again, that lean, that extra lean at the end of the play that Denike does, it's good for 2 yards.
Sorry about that. We also talked with him between the game, and he takes pride in not being taken down by the first player. Looks like 19 is going to keep it himself and pick up a couple on the play. But yeah, Nike said that he takes pride in gaining positive yardage every single play, not being taken down by the first contact.
Well, to this point this year, I mean, blue and orange game and then the 2 Jamboree games last night and what we've seen so far today, he's not been brought down on first contact.
And he still looks fresh. I mean, his legs, he's still running hard and running fast.
I mean, right there, he just pushed 3 more defenders another yard.
So that looks like it's going to set up 4th and short.
And we're going to have a quarterback change again as Coach sends in
Jake Durant.
Yep, Mr. Durant. Well, I'm glad you guys have done this enough now that you know some of the names.
We're starting to pick up the names.
A little pitch to 49. He's got room.
That's Antonio Cannon.
Antonio's good for at least probably 12 yards on that play.
Moving the chains, first down. His dad was a great quarterback at Escambia.
That's right. You guys mentioned...
he was our quarterback in 96. And I tell you what, he looks exactly like his father. I mean, spitting image, same build as Antonio Sr. in high school.
You know, it's neat to watch the generations roll through, with the Cannons and then, pretty soon with your son and my son coming in next year.
The Nike Howell breaking loose.
Another touchdown.
And I tell you what, he looks sharp, especially after 5 quarters of football.
And that's going to tie the game 14-14 as the Gators have awoken. I guess Bay has awoken the angry bear as the Gators sat on the sideline and just stewed a bit as they moved the ball on their defense.
I was talking to the Nike between the games, and I asked him, are you shooting for 300 yards in the weekend? He's like, yeah, I'd like to see 300 yards, and he's on the roll.
He may very well get 300 yards. They give the ball to Denike again. He's going to be good for about 6 yards right up the middle. And getting first contact, he rolled off, and it took another 2 or 3 Bay defenders to bring him down.
And if you look at Hollowell, he's got the legs to move piles. He's got some big, thick thighs that keeps churning, and he picks up them yards.
You know, if you look at DeNike from up here, as he gets the ball again, and he's pushing the pile, good for another 3-4 yards. You know who he reminds me of, looking from up here? He reminds me of Emmitt Smith in his build and stature. You know, Emmitt was small, but he had legs the size of trees.
Yep.
And that's exactly what, when you look at DeNike, that's what you see. He's not a big guy, but his legs are so powerful.
And he finds the hole. He's got good vision.
Great vision.
Yep. Looks like we got a pitch out to 30 to the right side. It looks like he's got the corner. He makes 2 miss, makes 3 miss, and it looks like he's going to be pushed out about the 12-yard line.
And that flag's going to probably be on number 49 with a block to the back. There's he came around the corner. He shoved the Bay defender in between the numbers, and I usually don't like that too much.
It looked like he was engaged with him, though.
Nah, he was. It was over.
It was over?
Yeah, it was over. But again, stranger things have happened after last night. I try
No
not to
flag
call
on play.
anything. You know, they're going to say he was engaged.
Yeah. Yeah, after last night with a couple incomplete passes that were called completions and fumbles that weren't fumbles that were incomplete passes.
Yes.
But like I said, it's spring for everybody. Everybody's working out the kinks, even the refs.
And we got to remember, you know, what we see and what you see on TV, we have a much better view.
Got to pitch
And
out
there's
to
DeNike, lots of room, for a touchdown.
In for another touchdown. DeNike Howell. He took that from about, I'd say about 20 or 15 yards out.
Nice little move there on the end, shook the guy and walked his way into the end zone.
Yeah, he planted that foot in the ground and cut it up. He saw the end zone. He wasn't going to stop till he was in it.
That's right, and that's going to make that's going to change the score to the Gators 21 and Bay 14.
And we're right about 3 minutes in the second period of the second segment.
You know, you have to ask yourself, and I don't know whether they did or not, but, you know, with our jamboree being last night, if any of these other teams had jamborees last night that they played in, I'm not aware that they did, but again, they hand off to DeNike right up the middle, good for about 10 yards. It looks like maybe 9 where they spot it. But again, big run by DeNike. He just keeps turning them out one after the other.
It looks like he's going to get a breather right now. It looks like Austin Travis is going to come in.
And with that, you know, Ian, we gotta tip our hat to the offensive line, because if they weren't working the trenches, DeNike wouldn't be going anywhere.
I tell you what, the conditioning shows really well with the offensive line, because they're the big boys, and they're not winded. They're the ones going every 13 seconds running a play. And
well, you know, I just looked at Byram, the center, as he was 10 yards downfield working his block still.
They're staying on it. They're staying on it. And running backs love it when the O-linemen make holes and stay on their blocks.
That's right. Yeah, you give them more than a half a second as the handoff is kept by number 19, and he's got lots of room to run as he breaks 2 or 3 tackles, gets down to about the 10-yard line. And that's going to make another Gator first down.
I believe that's Gerald Bright. Our all-around athlete, plays quarterback, wide receiver, running back.
Special teams, return, cook.
Yeah, I think he might tape
student study hall monitor.
Tape ankles on the sideline. He does it all.
And with that, they're bringing in number 11 in a tight end formation as the quarterback comes in.
It's going to be Austin Travis up the middle.
And still pushing the pile.
It looks like all but 3 of the Bay players were on the tackle.
And all that for about 3.5 yards, but that was 3 yards earned the hard way.
And when you're a defense and you don't get a break from tackling a big running back that runs hard every play, and you're having to have 3-4 guys at least bring them down.
Bit of confusion there on the Bay defense as we changed up right at the line of scrimmage. And we got a pass into the end zone, and I can't see it, so.
Yeah, it looked like he was pretty well covered, and Durant just made a safe throw to where, you know, if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was.
You know, one of the things about Durant, and we talk about his passing accuracy a lot this spring, and we have to remind everybody it is spring, but his feet are going 100 miles an hour, and you would think if he learns to slow his footwork down and get set before he makes some of these passes, he's going to be deadly accurate.
Mm-hmm. And he's working with a slightly injured left knee, so you would have to ask yourself if that's maybe is playing a role.
As the Gators go up the middle for another touchdown,
and that looks
right
like
at the buzzer.
It looked like Kenny Wilson, number 19, was able to get in for the touchdown right as the segment ends. So that's going to be 4 scores to there too.
So that's going to bring our score at the end of the second game. The Gators 28 and the Bay High Tornadoes 14. And we will be back after these short messages from our sponsors.
The reason I must like Wingstop is because there's 8 letters, and I was number 8.
That's crazy.
He's obviously never had lemon pepper or garlic parmesan.
27.
What's that?
The number of letters in lemon pepper or garlic parmesan. Hey, wasn't 27 the Super Bowl you were MVP?
Okay, now you're scaring me.
Wingstop, the wing experts.